Your project satisfies every checkbox, meets every deadline, and still somehow fails. That gap has a name. Your project finished on time. On budget. The stakeholders clapped during the final review meeting. 6 months later, nobody can tell you what actually changed in the business. The dashboard nobody opens. The process nobody follows. The tool collecting digital dust. This is what happens when you deliver projects without benefits realization, and today, I am going to show you exactly how to make sure your projects actually matter. So what does benefits realization actually mean? Strip away the jargon and it comes down to one question: did this project deliver the value it promised? Not just outputs. Outcomes. Think about it this way. A new CRM system is an output. A 20% increase in customer retention, that is an outcome. Benefits realization bridges the gap between what you built and what the business actually gained from building it. PMI calls it benefits realization management, and it spans the entire project lifecycle. From the initial business case, through execution, and well into the months after delivery. Most project managers believe their job ends at go-live. Benefits realization says your real job has barely started. The deliverable is not the destination. The business impact is. Now here is the honest truth about why this gets ignored. Project teams are measured on delivery, not on impact. You get praised for launching on time. Nobody circles back 6 months later to ask whether the investment actually paid off. Organizations also struggle because benefits are genuinely harder to measure than deliverables. You can count features shipped and milestones hit. Counting behavior change across an entire department takes patience, discipline, and a completely different kind of tracking. There is also an accountability gap that nobody wants to talk about. The project manager moves to the next project. The sponsor shifts focus to the next initiative. The business analyst gets reassigned. Nobody owns the benefits once the ribbon-cutting ceremony ends. McKinsey published research showing that roughly 1 in 3 major change initiatives actually achieve their stated objectives. Read that again. 2 out of 3 fall short. That is not a delivery problem, that is a benefits realization problem hiding in plain sight. Let me walk you through a practical framework built around 4 pillars. First, identify benefits early. Before you write a single requirement, get crystal clear on what success looks like in pure business terms. Not deliverables. Business outcomes with real numbers attached to them. If your business case says improved efficiency without a specific metric, you are already building on sand. Second, assign benefit owners. Every expected benefit needs a human name next to it. Not a department. Not a committee. A single person who will still be around when the dust settles, someone accountable for whether that benefit actually materialized. Third, track benefits through delivery. Build benefit checkpoints directly into your project stage gate reviews. At every milestone, ask whether you are still on course to deliver the promised value. When scope changes happen, and they always do, revisit the benefits map immediately. A decoupled feature might quietly kill your most important benefit. Fourth, measure after delivery. Schedule structured reviews at 30, 60, and 90 days post-launch. Compare actual outcomes against your original benefits case with real data. This is where the most valuable learning happens and where most organizations completely drop the ball. Let me bring this to life with a real scenario. A mid-sized logistics company invested $2 million in a warehouse automation project. The delivery was textbook: new conveyor systems installed, barcode scanning technology deployed, warehouse management software updated. Classic on-time, on-budget success story. The project team celebrated. But the original business case had promised a 40% reduction in order fulfillment time. 9 months after go-live, fulfillment times had dropped by only 12%. What went wrong? Nobody retrained the warehouse staff on the new workflows. The technology sat there, perfectly installed, while workers used workarounds from the old system. The capability was delivered but the benefit was not realized. A proper benefits realization process would have caught this gap at the 30-day review. A named benefit owner would have flagged that fulfillment times were nowhere near target and triggered corrective action before 9 months of lost value quietly piled up. Watch out for these traps that catch even experienced project managers. Vague benefit statements are the silent killer. Phrases like improved efficiency or better collaboration sound great in a steering committee but give you nothing to measure against. Define benefits with specifics or do not bother writing them down. Second, confusing outputs with outcomes is incredibly common. Launching a training platform is an output. Employees actually completing courses and applying new skills on the job, that is the outcome worth tracking. Third, treating the business case as a document you write once and never revisit. Benefits should be reassessed every single time scope changes significantly. Fourth, assuming benefits happen automatically after delivery. Technology alone does not create value. People choosing to use technology differently is what creates value. Always plan for the adoption curve because that is where benefits actually live or die. Here is what I want you to do in the next 10 minutes. Open your current project's business case or charter document. Write down the 3 most important benefits it originally promised. Next to each one, write the name of the person who owns that benefit today. If you cannot fill in those names, you just discovered your project's biggest hidden risk. Benefits realization is not complicated and it does not require expensive tools. It requires someone willing to keep asking one uncomfortable question long after the project closes: did this actually matter? Be that person on your team. Your projects will improve, your stakeholders will notice, and your career will thank you for it. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.